Hi, my name's Cassandra, and this is my story. So, I grew up in a non-religious home. I just didn't go to church. Wasn't something that we did. And we moved in fifth grade. I moved to a small town, and I was at that time when I entered into middle school. I was really searching for who I was and who I wanted to be. And more than anything, I wanted to be liked. I looked for satisfaction and worth in people's opinions, whether it be students or other teachers. I didn't want to let anyone down. I didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't want to be that person to disappoint someone. And I saw so many people happy with all their friends and that they're so liked, and I wanted that. And so I made it my priority. And this continued throughout middle school, all the way up until eighth grade, when a family friend invited us to their church. And I went with the daughter, and we went up into the youth group, and I instantly fell in love with it. I've never been to a youth group before, and I fell in love. I was captivated by the stories of the Bible, and I wanted to know all that I could. But the reason why was because I knew that all the good church people knew all the stories. They knew all these great, phenomenal miracles that Jesus did, and they were always so happy all the time. And so I thought that if I knew all these stories, that I could be just as happy as them. Freshman year, there was a winter retreat where we went to Kalahari, or my church did, and I went along because that's what people did, and they always came back so much more happier. And at Kalahari, there's a speaker there that talked about Jesus in a way that I have never heard before. I realized that I was a sinner, that I don't follow God's plan. And no matter what I could possibly do, no matter how many good things I could do, I can never get the satisfaction of God on my own. I'm not perfect, but despite all this, God still loves me. And he loves me so much that he sent his son Jesus on earth to die on a cross to make up for my shortcomings. And I realized that it didn't matter how much I could understand the Bible or know how many stories, that it was about God and how much he loved me. And so for the first time, I prayed to God, asking that he forgive me for focusing on what others think of me and not focusing on what God wants for me. Ever since that day, freshman year of high school, I've been looking to God for guidance, and not the guidance of others. I still struggle with comparison and pride, especially on social media, but I know that through it all, God will call me back to look towards him. Before, I was frustrated, but now through Christ, I'm encouraged, and that's my 180 difference.